Sandy McKenzie's out with this group, and Sandy, 3 good birdie opportunities coming up.
They are 3 very good birdie opportunities. I've been standing here for quite some while, and this is a hard little plateau to hit on this 17th green, so they're exceptionally good shots.
Which putt would you prefer out of the 3?
The one coming up the hill, which is none. They're very, very tricky. They've all got a reasonable amount of swing in them, and as they go past the hole, they will pick up speed. So, you know, they're in good position to make birdie as good as you can be on this hole, but these putts are quite slippery. I do have to say there's a little bit of sun, dare I say, peeking through at the moment, so conditions have certainly improved.
Yeah, I was talking to the meteorologist a minute. Was hardly missing any of these. A 63 when she didn't even birdie any of the par 5s as well to close out and win the Ladies European Masters. Been a very quiet year for her, a couple of years really though on the LPGA Tour.
She's really slowed down in the amount of tournaments that she's playing. And I think in many ways that could potentially be a really good thing, in that you tend to find that a lot of the Korean players can burn out pretty quickly because they work so hard, they train so hard.
Right to left, keeping it in the fairway, which is so key here, Sandy.
Yeah, very much so. You must stay on the fairway if you've got any chance, because you are going to be coming into this green with something very long, and with a back pin today, it's 29 paces, so it's all the way back. So we're playing exceptionally tough.
Now, IK Kim, In Kyung Kim, as she wants to be known now.
I think that's going to be hard for some of us that have known her for a long time as IK to get used to, but we'll try.
That one just going to drift off the fairway, but not as bad as being in that thicker grass over on the right.
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll be okay with IK.
Yeah, all friends here.
Players want to win, not only because it is so prestigious to win not only this but a major championship, but the way they get looked after forever when they want to come back. The champions here are held in such high regard. There are a lot of perks for being a past winner in Evian.
55 to get it all the way back to this flag. Now the ball's laying okay. You can see she's going with a rescue.
Started one-handed finish.
I know, I thought she took a little bit too much turf with it too, but obviously because it was sitting down, she just had to dig it just a little bit, ball a long way. And if you have a tendency to have a left shot, or you know, you can be a little bit wayward, it's quite intimidating when you're standing on the tee and you don't really get through it as you want to. You want to guide it, and if you're guiding it, you're going to miss.
Okay, Kim.
Fairly swift putt down the hill.
That would have looked good for IK. She only played 13 times on the LPGA Tour. Obviously had that win last week on the Ladies European Tour in Germany, an event that she had won before when it was played in England, just outside of London. And you always think back to the great disappointment, the heartache, the horror of the A&A Inspiration and missing that short putt. And there are so many people who would like to see IK Kim win a major championship and sort of put that behind her. You don't want to be the Doug Sanders, do you? I mean, with all due respect to Doug Sanders, that moment defines a lot of his career.
Well, and that's what people remember. I mean,
For the first time, and come away with the spoils.
Yeoju Kim.
Exactly.
With that 61 in the first round of golf she ever played around here.
Well, for a moment it looked like it might pop in for birdie. Now struggling to make par for, well, a little bold with the chip shot. Left this for par. No bogeys on the card yet today, and that's the way it remains. Anything under par, and you're going to be nicely placed heading into round 2.
Wonderful tee shot from IK Kim, but it's in the air. You're thinking that looks good, but is the distance right? And it was spot on. Take a look at that swing, Karen.
And you can see how she's working just a little bit. The shaft drops a little bit on the inside. Pretty close to being absolutely spot on playing. Keeps her right foot down a little bit longer, doesn't come up too quickly out of it. That
in 2013 had awful weather, but they tarped the greens. You remember that? Managed to play on Sunday. Suzanne Pedersen was the champion.
Yeah, reduced to 54 holes. Inkyun Kim's had times where she's threatened him, especially when it was the Evian Masters. Huge confidence booster, that 63 on Sunday.
Oh, and that's left. It's got to try and got to move right. Just trying to body language it to get it back.
She should have learned, Inkyun here.
You'd have thought so. It's you still need to concentrate on your own game, though. It's nice to have a little bit of awareness. Okay, hers rolled a lot slower, but you do have to still read it for yourself.
Looks a better pace.
You're your own worst enemy on the golf course for most times.
Two good two putts there.
And we talked about IK Kim and the little putt that she missed at the A&A Inspiration, and she's played it off like, you know, everybody misses short putts, but you know as a player that creep.
This is the fairway at the 4th, IK Kim.
That's the second exact same swing as the one she played on the last, where she pulled the last one too. It's like she's fighting the lie, she's coming over the top of it and double crossing herself and hitting that pull.
And the rough around the green is also thick, downhill all the way. Good luck with that one.
Yep. How long it takes to play a round of golf. If it could be less time, I think you'd find more people would actually take up the game.
IK Kim now for a par, and you can play quickly. It's not as though you have to play slowly. Yeah. Most people at their home clubs around the world getting a bit of trouble with the other members if they took too much time.
2 hours
be a popular figure.
2 hours and 40 minutes to play in a twosome at my home course after we were at the Ricoh Women's British Open. It's not bad, is it?
IK Kim just missing out, but that's probably because you were shooting in the mid-60s. You didn't take many shots. It's a lot easier to play quickly when you're playing well.
Didn't look for too many. Good point. But neither none of these players. These don't look for too many golf balls either.
True. IK with her first bogey of the day drops back to level par. Texas shootout in Irving, Texas. A good opening round for the Australians. We go to the tee at number 5 and IK Kim. IK with that for a 2.
She's had plenty this year though. Good effort from In Kyung Kim.
Of course, to yourself, so you'd know what it's like out there. But yeah, they haven't been particularly quick, have they?
Well, we know the group ahead are on the 7th green, don't we? We just saw So Yeon-yu knocking her birdie.
And that is going to be flag high. The interval is 11 minutes between tee times. That back to IK Kim at the 6th. Shame. That was for her 2nd birdie of the day, so 1 birdie, 1 bogey for last week's winner on the Ladies European Tour in Germany.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Your last round, 9 birdies. They won't stop.
Sand.
Talking of sand, D.
279 to get to the front for IK. It's just keeping it down the left-hand side. This is going to be in a really good position. Gosh, they've given me a workout here. We've got one far right with Christy Kerr, nearly out of bounds again, and down the cart path for Say Young on the left-hand side. They're all over the place. Christy's going to be the first. We progress down the fairway. IK is just under 60 to the front.
Well worth the wait, wasn't it? Nicely played from In Kyung Kim. Looking to try and get back under par. You mentioned earlier she has played less golf this year. That is on purpose, so she wants to enjoy life, enjoy her family a little more. She's been out on tour 10 years now. Other priorities come to the fore. Not that she doesn't practice.
That could mess with a player's timing, and you have to try and keep your mind occupied out there. It's sometimes a good thing when you have a caddy that can keep you busy and talk to you a little bit, or players will sometimes practice their stroke a little bit.
But she makes a 2nd birdie of the day. Under par. Maybe 7 shots back, but see a lot of golf to be played here this week at Evian. 66.
This is IK Kim on the tee at the 8th.
Slight breeze coming off the lake from their left. Pin tucked tight over this left-hand bunker today. This is safely out to the right. It's okay with the rescue.
Yeah, we have seen some golf balls run all the way back down to the hole if you pitch it further right. Of course, the lake being to the player's left on the 18th, so everything should, in theory, IK has won over $7 million in her LPGA Tour career. And that looked good for a long time, didn't it? Once donated her whole and her entire winner's check to charity. That was the Lorena Ochoa Invitational.
Well, and that's just the kind of player that she is, and and as you said earlier, Tom, I don't think anybody would begrudge her winning a few times and one of those being a major.
To see the operation, she was really excited about it, and so she should be.
Well, I quite like their advertising. It's their live young thing, and so you have all the babies, and there was the one with them on roller skates, and and stuff. That was quite fun. And then now this time they're on the beach and they're surfing. And
Did you ever go into the photo booth they had here, where they would put you in the photo booth and they'd have a photo of a mini you come out?
oh dear.
Yeah. I was
No,
a bit
obviously
perturbed
not.
by my one.
Good job they didn't have a 3D printer, I suppose. IK Kim. 1 under par, 1 hole to play here in the opening round of the Evian.
So this group have reached their final hole of the day.
And trust me, that's terribly exciting. It's taken a long time to get here. Okay, straight away par 5. Got to be careful. Bunkers are pretty much out of range. His tees are fairway backs, 275 to get to the one on the right-hand side. And that's going to split the fairway. Just moving a little bit to the right. Just going to pull up. Oh, no, it's not. Hang on. Wow, okay. It is a bunker. It's going to take us a little longer.